We there? Looks like we're on.
Yep. Awesome.
What's going on, everybody? Let's see. Make sure we got everybody out here in YouTube checked in. Let's see. We see what we got going on YouTube. If we got everybody on that side, I know Twitter's on. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing good, Sam. Happy to be here back again.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, we are. We're live right now on Twitter. I can see everybody out there right now. Looks pretty good. How's the weather out there?
Awesome. Today is good. We've had a little bit of rain. We had a little bit of rain this week, but right now it's pretty good weather.
Good, 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 good. Well, man, I really appreciate you coming back out. I know that, we just did the podcast. We just did the podcast, and let me see. I'm checking my notes right here. I'm still looking at my YouTube. They're saying that they may not be seeing it just yet. So let me see if we can give them a couple minutes to get added on. Let's see
Fair
here.
enough. Yeah, no, absolutely. I've got plenty of time for this, so no worries at all.
All right, let's go ahead and switch. See if we can get everybody locked in over here. Let's see here. Let's see everybody out there in YouTube land. All right, so let's see here. Okay, YouTube. All right, YouTube now works. All right, great, great, great. All right, so perfect. We had a little technical difficulties, but we're gonna go ahead and get it going. So, Michael, you ready to go through some of these questions?
Yes, sir. I am excited to get to the questions. Let's do it.
All right. So, for those of you just checking in, we have got Michael Cowans with Velo Labs. He's a commercial advisor, and he is taking the time to hang out with us and kind of go over a couple of the questions that you guys wanted to make sure that got answered. We had an opportunity for people to send in questions, and we've got a lot of responses. So we're gonna take our time, go through them. If you're on Twitter and if you got a question, feel free to post them. We're gonna be here for a little while hanging out, and want to make sure that we get those in. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. All right, here's an easy one. Question that came in: how many people work at Velo?
Yeah, so you know what? There's about 50 full-time staff that work across areas like legal, operations, finance, marketing, of course, engineering and tech. And then, if you count advisors and external consultants and things like that, and maybe coming close to 100, somewhere around there.
Oh wow. Okay. 100. And you
Yeah,
guys gonna
it's not as small a team as you might think.
man, yeah, that's a pretty big team. Another question that came in. All right, so here's one. I know I've seen this one a lot that's come through. Why Qcoin first instead of the Stellar Dex?
Sure. So, look, we are, we looked at a lot of different, different options, and we really liked the Spotlight program with KuCoin. So that was what we felt was a great way to introduce and educate a brand new audience about Velo Labs and the Velo protocol. So it's really looking at how could we build build a community and help with that. So that's really what it was. We had specific requirements that had to be met to facilitate and ensure cross-asset liquidity for Velo tokens and the digital credits associated with them, and KuCoin, provided a good option for that. So that was really it. We are looking at creating our own DEX as well. We kind of felt like it's more feasible to create a DEX with some of the requirements in mind around around Velo, rather than rely solely on existing solutions like Stellar's built-in DEX. That's not to say we won't eventually have have it available on Stellar's DEX. So that's really the crux of it.
So one question is, I guess kind of to tie into that is, will the Velo token ever be available on the Stellar Dex?
I can't really confirm that right now. It's definitely something that that there are ongoing discussions around and that we're looking at. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but it's not out of the picture for sure.
Okay, all right. So let's see. Question: you guys just partnered with the Band protocol. Does Velo have any plans of incorporating DeFi into their products?
Yeah, so look, with the band protocol, it's really we really had some very clear objectives with that partnership. So the brand protocol is going to bring real-time FX data oracles to help support the Velo protocol. Band will help us integrate the decentralized Velo tokens prices into these data oracles. So it gives us some much needed functionality that we're looking at. With DeFi, we're always monitoring the situation. Right now, we feel like the DeFi landscape is still developing. So we're trying to taking stock of that. So we'll have to kind of wait for things to settle down, and then we'll see how we incorporate DeFi with Velo.
Awesome. Look, I want to take a quick pause and just shout out to the entire Stellar family that's been checking in. I'm seeing we got some folks. We got about 20 folks over here on Twitter right now live, which is great. I appreciate everybody. Shout out to RD Crypto. I see you out there. Shout out to Stellar News. I see you out there. Shout out to Emir, Stellar Global Family. J7. Where you at, J7? I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. So shout out to the whole entire Stellar Global family. I love y'all. I really appreciate all we're doing right now. So I just want to make sure I pause and say that. Let's get back to some more questions. Let's see. Let me pick a hard one for you. All right. Let's get hard, man. Come on. Have a little fun. All right. So
All right, let's do it.
All right, so this is a question regards to uh, the collateral. Okay, so I love to learn more about how the actual collateral is managed. As I understand, the Velo token is used as a mechanism to manage the collateral. What stable collateral is used to back that? Where does it reside, and how is the amount managed?
Yeah, so so there's basically some mechanisms built into the built into the protocol that allow us to to balance and rebalance the collateral. So in order to get to Velo, I think this is one of the questions that came up last time. With the trusted partners that we bring into the Velo network, they have to put up collateral to be able to to back the tokens that they're going to be issued, which then we have digital credits issued against. And all that is balanced automatically by the protocol there. So that's kind of how it works. How much more can I get into that? It's a
Go. I
little bit
mean,
technical.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We got a lot of tech people out here, so it's as deep as you want to get.
Okay. Yeah. So no, it's really it's really the heart of the Velo token, and where with the collateralization of the token, it allows us to have the functionality and stability of a stable coin. While also having a lot of extensibility as well, because we can support so many different types of traditional currencies. We can even peg Velo peg Velo and collateralize it against other digital assets. So the function itself, just the function of the Velo protocol, just gives us a lot of extensibility with what we can do and the different types of use cases that we can support.
Okay. All right. Great. Great. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Very good explanation. All right. So let's see. Let's go through with some more. All right. Here's another direct one for you. People want to know: is Velo too centralized, thus vulnerable for collapsing? Are we left to
Is
just simply
Velo too
trust? Yeah.
centralized?
Are we just left to simply trust the Velo token is strong? So that's a good question that I see out here.
Yeah, so you look, the way that the Velo, that the network and the trusted partnerships that we're setting up really works is actually creating a very decentralized system, right? There's different partners that are coming, different trusted partners that are coming into the ecosystem, all that are all that are utilizing Velo for different things. So we have Lightnet with the remittance with remittance use case that they're building, the global payments use case. We've got other partners, other trusted partners that are coming into the network, to utilize Velo for different other different use cases to transfer value. So as these partnerships start to grow out, it really decentralizes the holdings of Velo. So, I feel like with the design of the network and the trusted partnerships that we're bringing on, you're going to get more and more decentralization.
Okay.
Probably more so than we see with a lot of the digital assets out there today. I mean, if you were to look at the top three, arguably the majority of the top three tokens right now are very centralized to specific countries where ownership are specific entities, right? So
Right. Right.
I think Velo, by the design of Velo, we've got way more opportunity to be far more decentralized.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's a fair answer. That's a fair answer. Let's go through some more. Let's go through some more. All right. Why not just use a stable coin instead of creating the Velo token? Now that's a question. I know
Yeah,
I've seen that a couple
so
times. Why do you guys not just create a stable coin?
Yeah, yeah. So look, it's we felt we really felt like we could do more. We could do more than just a stable than just a stable coin. Um, so just how do I explain this? Let's see. uh, think about this for a second. Um, Look, so really, to clarify, like the Velo protocol doesn't create Velo tokens. It's rather Velo tokens are put forward to issue digital credits that are pegged one-to-one to any fiat currency. So a single stable coin wouldn't have really got us to that capability. Really, if what we're trying to achieve with Velo is like I've mentioned a couple of times, that extensibility and avoiding some of the issues that we think plague the adoption of stablecoins. So that lack of transparency that I think was where this whole the question around decentralization came from. I mean, there's always, if you look at some of the other stable coins, the lack of transparency there, the lack of certainty. Is there actually one USD that backs Tether? Those kind of questions. So we felt that we could solve this by publicly recording all the Velo token transactions on the blockchain, so that you can actually see that what collateral is backing these different tokens up. We also felt that with stablecoins, there's a limited versatility, right? Because you have a single currency with most stablecoins that it's pegged to. So again, we can peg Velo tokens to correspond with any type of traditional currency or digital asset. So again, a lot of flexibility there. We also wanted to ensure that as we were designing things, that we were very conscious about regulatory compliance, and we felt that was also something that stablecoins didn't quite answer. So we solved the problem by requiring individuals or entities, if you will, to become trusted partners by completing a series of audits and AML, KYC procedures. So then that way we ensure that we're very well aligned with regulatory needs, and we can meet those demands, which should help also build a much larger community and further adoption and growth of the Velo protocol and Velo tokens. Some other major considerations in this, and why we went really beyond the use case of a stable coin, is that with Velo it can work because we can peg it to so many different types of assets. It can really start to work as a bridge asset. So where we link the values of the Velo tokens to various digital assets and corresponding digital credits. In this way, Velo tokens can serve as a vehicle to transfer liquidity and value onto the Velo network and out of the Velo network as well. So that's really the kinds of things that we were thinking about when we designed Velo and we built it, was really building an ecosystem with a universal collateral that existed to grow that community. And so that's about as best as I think I can explain why not just use a stable coin.
All right, everybody. We've got Michael Cowans, commercial advisor, in case you're just tuning in. And he's answering your questions. So if you got any additional questions you want to go ahead and put it in, please do so. We're here. We're answering them right now. So make sure that you tune in. Make sure you tune in. You ready to do some more?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. All right, let's go back to some more questions. All right, so here's another one. Why Stellar instead of Ripple? I had that question asked a couple times. Why Stellar and not Ripple?
Yeah, well, look, as we all know, they're both these blockchain platforms are closely related. They have some relation, right? With Stellar's founder, Jed McCleb, he also co-founded Ripple. So so we have that same that same pedigree between the two platforms. There's definitely similarities between the platforms. Both platforms, have a great ability to be able to process a huge number of transactions per second, and can support scalability in real world use cases for payments. So there are those similarities. But really, at the end of the day, I think Stellar has several advantages. For one, Stellar is open source. It's not proprietary, right? And it's interoperable as well, which provides for an inclusive community, and helps to lead to better better outcomes. Where we can have maintainability, extensibility, adoption, innovation, and quality. So that was a huge thing for us and a huge advantage for Stellar over Ripple. Second advantage is that Stellar enables us to conduct a huge number of transactions at a very minimal cost. So we're talking about fees that amount to probably around $1 for 100,000 transactions. You're not going to get that with the Ripple platform. So as the Velo ecosystem expands, what we're going to see is a higher scale to serve. We're going to see more demand, higher scale of business going on, and Stellar allows us to really scale up and be able to accommodate that that mass scale adoption, that demand. So that is a huge advantage. And thirdly, Stellar supports the issuance of tokens. Ripple doesn't. Ripple, you get XRP and that's it. But without being able to issue tokens, we couldn't issue Velo tokens to support the Velo protocol. So that would have been a major disadvantage if on the Ripple platform. Fourth, Stellar has a strong ecosystem of partners or anchors, if you will, that can provide us access to many different corridors, for use cases like cross-border payments. And so we felt like we could leverage that ecosystem to help cut operational cost, create different functionalities like pre-funding accounts, around the world, where with Ripple's platform, it addresses specific use cases, but it also requires specifically that you hold XRP, or that you utilize XRP, which we just felt that wasn't as inclusive, wasn't conducive really to the inclusive nature of the network that we're building. So and I guess lastly, to provide providing with Stellar's core focus, right, has been to provide financial services to the unbanked and the underbanked populations across the world, and that's very much in line with with a lot of the vision and a lot of the goals that Velo Labs has. So it just there is a lot more alignment with what Stellar's designed, what Stellar's built, and where Stellar is going than there was for us with the Ripple platform. So that's really why.
That's a pretty good answer. Appreciate you taking your time to go through that. As I said, these are all questions coming right from the community. For those of you that are new to Stellar family, we're pretty active. There's a lot going on. I'll take a couple of minutes right here just to go over a couple of things that are coming up. We've got Stellar Virtual Meetup is going to be on September 29th. Make sure you check that out. It's going to be Zoom. You can register at stellar.org/events. There's a webinar on October 7th that's on the way. Achieving network effects as an open network, on an open network. And of course, the big Mac Daddy of them all, we got Meridian. Meridian is November 16th. Hopefully see a sighting of Michael out there. Who knows? Maybe. We'll stay tuned for that. But just a couple things that are on the books coming down. All right, let's get back to some more questions. Let's see. Here's something that popped up a couple times. What can we expect from Velo and Lightnets? We've seen a lot of publicity around the partnership with Lightnet. Obviously, Lightnet is a partner of Stellar Network itself. So, what can the folks look forward to in that collaboration?
Yeah. So look, um, Lightnet is really Velo's first trusted partner, and the first use case that we're seeing go live, with Velo protocol. So Lightnet's already hard at work, already achieved and signed up a number of partnerships, and ranging from financial institutions through to large conglomerates. Like I said, all of these, Lightnet's mission is to build the most interoperable and cost-effective cross-border payments network that is available in the market today, and they're executing on that in a very fast pace. So when we start to see, so I think what you can expect is that you're going to start to see, in different areas around the world, financial institutions going live, with different cross-border payments use cases, retail, remittance, SME, corporate payments. You may even see some other things in terms of like trade finance and things. Sky's really the limit,
Wow.
with where they're going. But when you start to see large conglomerates like the CP Group, getting involved with Lightnet, and they're one of the biggest supporters of Velo. This is a company that operates across 20 different countries,
Wow.
does $63 billion in revenue. So
Wow.
you can sort of start to envision where this is going to go. So I think when you ask what can we expect from Velo and Lightnet, I would say a lot. And
I like
I
that.
would
I
say
like that. I like that.
yeah, a lot. And it's really, I would, again, sky's the limit. I mean, I wouldn't want to, I would not want to limit that at all. But again, you're already seeing large conglomerates get involved with both Velo and Lightnet. You're seeing a lot of financial institutions ranging from banks to small scale MTOs getting involved in Lightnet. So the ecosystem is coming online, and so I'm excited about it. I really do believe that sky is the limit, and over the next few months, over the next few quarters, I think you're going to see more and more of these very exciting partnerships coming online.
Man, that's great. That's great. You heard it. 63 billion. Once again, we've got Velo. Michael Cowans, the commercial advisor. He is answering your questions right now. We appreciate him coming out here. We really do appreciate that. Right there in the building, man. We appreciate you so much. We're gonna continue to go through some more questions. Actually, I'm seeing. I got a question for you here, a fun one in the comment section. From Zach, Stellar Zach. Shout out to Zach. He's one of the key members in the Stellar community, and he's got a fun question for you. How's the time zone experience, Michael? How's
The
the time
time
zone?
zone
Yeah, how's
experience.
the time zone experience, man? How is it out there? What time is it right now?
Oh, yeah. So out here it's about 10:30 in the morning. All right. So yeah, I mean, I've been out here for a number of years. I've been on this side of the planet. So it's my time zone now. So I mean, I've gotten over the jet lag.
Nice, 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 nice. Man, once again, shout out to the entire Stellar family, Stellar community. I know one of our most active members is I mentioned him earlier, J7. He's out there in Korea, and they're very, very, very passionate, and he's a very strong member, as I mentioned. And he had a couple questions. I know one of them was this. He says there are countless countries in Asia, but some of them do not have a good financial system. There will be Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines as representative countries. I wonder why Velo created a Korea official community and China official community instead of those countries.
Yeah, so Rome was, I guess, Rome wasn't built in a day. We are actively building, building out communities. So while you see, obviously you see the Korea community, the China community. We're actively, we're taking actions. We're actively building communities, across the world. So those certainly, those are very active communities and very important communities to us. But we're absolutely putting the effort forward to build community in a lot of these in a lot of these other other countries, in Southeast Asia and globally for that matter. So it's just a matter of time.
Okay.
You can only be so many places at once. So we're growing. We're aware of it, and we definitely want to get get as many populations involved with Velo as we can. So we're not stopping with the community build.
Okay, good. So the community is going to expand. That's always good to hear. That's always good to hear. While we're on the over in that region talking about Korea, shout out to everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and give a plug to my buddy Fred with Lightnet. He's also building on Stellar Gaming. So shout out to Fred and the whole Lightnet community, Korea. Um, is Lightnet or Velo planning to expand its business in Korea through Hanwha Investment and Securities in the future? Hanwha is a major corporation.
Yeah. So look, with Hanwha, I can't really share a ton of specifics right now. But suffice to say, Hanwha will play an important role, with Lightnet, and through Lightnet, that could come to include Velo. So that's really it. I can't to let too much out of the bag with what Hanwha is doing because obviously confidentiality and those things, but they are playing a very important role with the development and the rollout of services on the Lightnet platform. So with Lightnet, for Lightnet, they're both a shareholder and a partner. So I would that's pretty much where I'd have to leave it. But I would just say keep an eye out.
Okay, all right, I'll take that. All right, so here's a good question right here too. That I'm excited about this partnership. Seven bank partnership. What can we expect there?
Seven Bank. So look, Seven Bank is, again, they are a very important partner um, for with Lightnet. But again, we run into this a little bit of confidentiality where I can't put out Seven Banks plans or speak on their behalf. But they are, again, a big part of Lightnet, both as an investor and a partner. So, in that way, there is that linkage to the Velo network. But they do have plans with Lightnet. I think we'll see some of those things start to come to fruition through 2021. But that's about as much as I can really share with that without getting into too much detail and maybe compromising some confidentiality.
All right, all right, fair enough. We're gonna keep going through some more questions, man. You doing all right over there?
I'm good. Let's go.
All right, all right, all right. So we talked about some partnerships. 7-Eleven. I see a couple questions that came through is how soon can we expect Velo in 7-Elevens? And like we talked about 7-Elevens in the podcast, 7-Elevens are pretty big in over there in Southeast Asia. So when can we expect Velo in there?
Yeah. So look, yeah. So again, this is that is going to happen through the implementation through Lightnet. We do with that Lightnet partnership, we expect to see live transactions through 7-Eleven POS systems as soon as next year, 2021. So I think
Wow.
keep an eye out for more announcements on that. But I would say first half 2021, you probably start to see some of these things coming into 7-Eleven. We're actively working on those things now.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, you heard it first, guys. Soon. Soon. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. So, kind of continue on some of these other questions. What other countries does Velo plan on expanding in?
Oh wow. Okay. So again, this is another one where I would say we're not limiting the
Okay.
possibilities here. And again, we do have to take into account, right, when we're talking about Velo and in any digital assets in general. Again, Velo as an organization, Velo Labs is extremely focused on regulatory requirement, and different jurisdictions continue to evaluate, develop, and issue frameworks to support the needs of their market. So, we're actively engaged and collaborating with regulators, across the globe to, ensure we're compliant with their requirements as different markets, different regulatory jurisdictions start to issue more frameworks and allow more use cases with digital assets. You can expect to see Velo entering into those markets. So that's in short, that's pretty much it. Wherever we can go, we will go.
All right. All right. Man, shout out. I'm gonna go ahead and take another pause. Let you get some water, or tea, or whatever you're drinking over there. I know it's early in the morning, but I want to shout out everybody watching in. Shout out to my good friends. I'm seeing Larry, Nancy out there in NYC. I see you guys checking in live. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Jose, what's going on? Jose, I see you out there in the comments, man. I appreciate you checking in and enjoying the podcast. So let's continue a little bit. Let's continue a little bit down the line. Can you describe the warp protocol? Warp. I like that
The
name, by the
work
way.
protocol. Look, as you know, Velo tokens are issued on Stellar. We're developing. The Velo protocol allows us to go cross chain, and that will help us bridge Velo into and every net like smart contract platform. It'll start to help us bridge those across different chains. So when a just speaking in terms of the smart contract, when the smart contract function is needed, the relevant Stellar-based Velo tokens are locked in a custodian multi-signature address, and then every net tokens corresponding to the Stellar-based tokens are minted. Once that contract's been executed, then the EveryNet tokens are automatically burned, and the original Stellar-based Velo tokens are unlocked. And so that's really what the Warp protocol is supporting and allowing us to be able to do, is really work seamlessly between our smart contract platform and the Stellar protocol.
Okay, good answer, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to Stellar Austria, Stellar Ireland, everybody out there in Germany. We see you guys out there. Let's see. What else I see a lot of questions here. All right, here's another good one. So you mentioned many times that the possibilities are endless for Velo. What people are also asking is, will there be opportunities for businesses to tap in and leverage it to expand their own businesses into Southeast Asia, for instance, to use it as an anchor?
Yeah, I think again, I think those opportunities are certainly possible. I mean, when we look at if you look at the Velo network and what we're doing with the trusted partners, right? We already have some of these corporations that are becoming trusted partners. So that opportunity absolutely exists. It's something that I think will build out over time, but there's no reason that